Right, hello, hopefully we get a load of people on. So I'm going to stream and just chat while doing Last of Us 2. I'm on New Game Plus and on the grounded difficulty. However, I am actually using cheats because I got part way through in grounded and then got really annoyed by the fact the enemies don't drop ammo at all. And as in, like, not that they just only drop one bullet or whatever per enemy, but they drop nothing. As in, consistently every enemy was dropping no ammo. So as soon as you get in... Oh, my microphone was in completely the wrong place, I apologise, that should be better. So yeah, what ended up happening was that as soon as I was in a bit of the game, for example, where you had to have a firefight, you might only have 4 rounds on you. Alright, Regiv? Because I've just put my mic in the right place now. Because it's... Oh, there's been an update, so it's obviously having to do all these shaders and everything. Again, that's why the loading screen's taking a while. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'll chat with you properly when you're back, rather than now. Hopefully I'll get somebody else to chat with for a bit while we're starting off the stream. Yeah, again, it's the old microphone. It's just that this one is a lot more forgiving, like we were saying, for just where you position it. Because, yeah, the other mic is actually a better quality microphone than the Blue Snowball, but I think the Blue Snowball, however it works, is just a much better all-round microphone in terms of easier to use for somebody like me. The other one would definitely be better in a recording studio type setup. It's just this one is for swinging just on a little desk arm to get close enough to my face. Also not as sensitive if I accidentally move my chair away a bit or whatever. Because there was one time I actually had it in completely the wrong position. And my mate was like, oh, you sound a bit muffled, but I can hear you alright. I was like, oh yeah, it's... You know. Yeah, also using a custom Ellie skin, not one of the nude ones because obviously I'm streaming on YouTube, but I am using a slightly skimpier one just for fun. Yeah, the foliage in this is great, especially now they've optimised it on PC a bit more and it's running better for people. Nobody's done an Abby skin like this yet, by the way, unfortunately. Yeah, I wanted the one with this haircut, though, like, still the Santa Barbara one, just, it's just the one where she's got, like, the sports bra on, rather than the, like, tank top thing, whatever you want to call it, rather than, being a completely, you know, like, because there's some really stupid, like, skimpy ones that don't even make sense for the setting. Yeah, anyway, see ya. Alright, Josh. Yeah, this is Last of Us Part 2. I actually prefer Part 2, but a lot of people do not like Part 2. It's very divisive amongst the fans. Boris Logasov. That's like the two names of the guys in Chernobyl, but combined.
That's pretty good.
Right. I want to do the rangefinder on the bow, but that's the last thing I need to do. How much is the rangefinder? It's quite expensive, isn't it? 100, yeah, so I'm going to have to find quite a lot more scrap for that first. So I was saying at the start of the stream, but if anyone missed it when I was saying it, and again I'll repeat it if anybody asks, I have got cheats on at the moment because I'm doing a New Game Plus on the hardest difficulty. But the problem is the hardest difficulty is really badly balanced, as in, it's meant to be more realistic, and I don't mind the high damage and all the stuff like that I like. It's not a woke storyline at all. That's, again, if you've done that, you've not played it, if you're saying that. it's one of those things where people keep going on, oh, this game's woke, but then they can't actually point out anything that actually happens in the game that's genuinely woke, if that makes sense. It's one of those things where the people who keep saying about the things that are woke in the game haven't played it, because those things don't happen when you normally, or they don't happen like the people say they happen. So yeah, this game isn't fucking woke. Like I said, I genuinely hate real woke stuff, but this game isn't actually woke. It's one of those things where people constantly go on about it being woke who haven't played it. Yeah, no worries, I'm just saying it's because one of my mates does this as well. Oh, I forgot to get my wristwatch. 1 second, I'll be right back. I'll just get my wristwatch first so I don't forget the time. Right, I'm back. Yeah, I've just got my wristwatch on because I was going to time the stream on my wristwatch because the YouTube interface isn't that good for timing it. But, yeah, so, yeah, one of my mates does that as well, Josh, where he keeps going on about woke stuff in the game. Like, have you played it yet or even watched anyone play it through? And he's like, no, but I don't think I want to because I heard it's already woke and that. And I was like, so you're going to actually tell me about the stuff in the game that's, you know, legitimately woke? And he keeps going on about the stuff that, you know, doesn't actually happen in the game. Because like I said, I've replayed this a couple of times. It's one of those things where loads of people keep repeating all about the woke stuff in this game, but they've not actually, you know, bothered playing it or watching it. So it's not just you, Josh. Like I said, it's loads of people keep doing that. So I think whoever did an online campaign to sort of talk about all the woke shit in the game did a really good job at convincing people about stuff that's not in the game or, you know, is different from what actually happens. Lots of cockroaches. But yeah, so like I was saying, the problem with the difficulty thing in this is that... So I completed the game properly on normal, which is decently challenging. I'd probably have done it just on the hardest one, which would have been alright. So I did Grounded, which is like the hardest difficulty. And Grounded has this thing on it which initially sounds good, because you get no HUD and all that, and resources are meant to be really scarce, which I like the sound of. But the problem is with Grounded is that, I'm trying to find a good way to explain it. Like, basically, you're meant to be really careful with your ammo, as ammo is meant to be really scarce. So I was like, alright, that's good. But the problem is that enemies don't drop ammo at all, in, like, the combat bits, or, you know, only maybe certain enemies only ever drop 1 round each in certain places. So, yeah, what, the problem I have with Grounded, I'll reply to you, Iota, sorry, but I kind of agree with you there. But, yeah, the problem, with the Grounded mode seems to be that because there's lots of bits in this, especially compared to the first game where you're in firefights, there's just not enough ammo. And again, I find it really annoying that enemies have infinite ammo to shoot at you, but then as soon as you, kill that same enemy, they don't drop any ammo, even if you stealth kill them, you know, if you kill them in a firefight, they never have any ammo on them. So, the problem, like I say, with Grounded is just the firefight bits become completely fucking shit. Because, you know, I think they're expecting you to stealth kill all the enemies, even when you're in areas where they already are alerted to the fact you're there and behind cover. So, like I said, I'm not even feeling bad for turning cheats on now. I'm not using the in-game cheats, because I think they disable achievements. I'm just using a thing that gives me cheats. You know, like, so I've got the infinite ammo one on, but I'm still trying to use my ammo like it is limited. I'm not, you know, just using the MP5 non-stop spraying everyone down. As fun as that would be, I'm trying to, you know, actually play like I have limited ammo still. And I'm also, I've got infinite crafting supplies on, because what's really annoying, again, is lots of areas that would normally have crafting supplies in Grounded, even, like, very little amounts of them, they've just turned it off. So there's bits where otherwise you won't be able to make a medkit for, like, 15 minutes of gameplay. And because now the enemies do so much damage in Grounded mode, again, I was getting pissed off with it. So what I'd probably ideally do is if I was to start a new game on a hard difficulty, I'd do that custom difficulty thing, where I could have the enemies still be really dangerous, you know, not have the HUD elements and all that sort of stuff, you know, actually having good, you know, situational awareness, which they do on this difficulty, but you'd still get resources and ammo, because, again, the other annoying thing, like I was saying before in this, is you can only store quite, like, yeah, you can only have, like, 12 revolver rounds on you at one time, for example. So in a difficulty like this, it's not like you can even save up the resources for a bit where shit's going to go down. So yeah, there's my rant over. That's why I've got the cheats turned on. Because when I was fighting infected and all that early in the game, I was quite enjoying that, using the stealth bit and, you know, just being very careful of the ammo. But once you get into the bits where you're having firefights with people, this difficulty is just broken. Because, again, if the game's not going to give you ammo, but it expects you to actually have shootouts of enemies, they've not balanced the grounded mode properly. Outlast, yet played Outlast, and Outlast Whistleblower. Outlast 2 I never finished. I got fairly far into it.
If they weren't.
I hate these small groups. Big groups, it's a straight fight. These loners, they could be hiding anywhere.
Here you
Flank back this way. Because like I said, they'll still kill me in a couple of shots. Yeah, like I said, I've played Outlast. That's the first one, the one in the mental hospital with like all the experiments going on. So yeah, in this difficulty, yeah, you'll sometimes get ammo like in a, you know, on a shelf thing like that. But you never get the ammo actually from dead enemies, which makes no sense. And again, breaks the firefight bits where... Oh, shit. Do need to heal now as well.
get her, boy!
Oh shit. See, absolutely no ammo on that guy with a rifle with a mag in it. That's like saying that's the problem with grounded, hence why I'm ending up cheating now, because the fact that none of them drop ammo at all is just stupid. Like I said, I understand. I wouldn't have minded if they maybe just dropped 1 to 2 pistol rounds or whatever each. But it's the fact that they have infinite ammo to shoot at you, and then you get nothing back from killing them. Oh, there's still one at the end of the road. Look, trying to hold the place down with a rifle. The guy's still there as he moved. There he is. What I do like, though, in the grounded thing, like I was saying, because I actually like a lot of the gameplay stuff, other than how limited the ammo and the medkits are and that. What I do like in this mode is how actual good they are at spotting you and hearing you. So if I reload a gun really close to an enemy, they will actually hear that. It's not like they, like I was saying, it's not like they suddenly, you know. So the stealth bits are actually a lot more fun because you have to play a lot smarter. You know, you can't just go, oh, they'll never know I'm here because, you know, they're really dumb AI. The enemy AI is actually in grounded mode really fun. It's just, like I said, just really bloody annoying that, like I said, that, see, in grounded mode, look, there's one pistol round there. So for this entire area, I'd probably have picked up one rifle round and one pistol round. So yeah, like I said, that's why grounded mode isn't fun, because if the enemies dropped even a single round of ammo each, you know, like you could shoot one guy and then get one round back, and you'd have to be really good at conserving your ammo. But in this entire segment, you wouldn't be able to do it without firing at least a few shots, even if you stealthed a couple of the people. And then you'd only get 2 entire rounds back for the entire thing. So, like I said, I was just running into bits where you were getting soft lock, because there was actually one bit where it's like the start of an area, so even if you do the escape and then do restart encounter or whatever it is, which might be like 10 minutes ago, it would put you back to a bit where you still only had a few rounds of ammo and all the enemies knew where you were, so you were meant to be shooting them. Alright, have I checked every building there? The bank, this place. Just checking I haven't forgotten any bits of scrap or notes or whatever. Need to heal, yeah, I'll do that now.
Hear that? I'm gonna move you.
Still probably don't have enough spare parts, unfortunately, to do that bow upgrade I want to do. Yeah, because I need 100, so I still don't have enough. Are there going to be more enemies around here, or is this quite a bit? Oh, so I need to go that way, don't I, to get through, so I'll check this building first. Oh, apparently the Oblivion remake, the you know, has only officially been confirmed in the last couple of days when there was a leak and then the developers had to confirm it, is actually coming out in like a week or so. So it's one of those things where they were completely PR silent about it until like nearly at its release date, which isn't very good for advertising in my opinion, but whatever. Lure him into my trip mines. Oh shit. That nearly killed me. I didn't realise they actually chain reaction detonate each other if they're too close. I mean, that makes sense, but you know, a lot of games don't actually have that with stuff like that.
I hate shamblers.
Need to find a melee weapon again to do an upgrade to it. Oh, she still is slightly injured. Okay. There you go. Yeah, have I got any of these I can do? Stealth kills are faster and keep a lower profile. Okay, so the only thing I need to... Oh, I've already got that one. Yeah, okay, I've got all of Ellie's upgrades and I just need to get the gun upgrade. Is there actually anything in here? So normally if you go through a bit like that to get to a place like this, there'd be a good reward at the end, but... No. Unless it was just a case of the bits in the basement with a reward. Yeah, see, in this mode they actually have really good eyesight.
Shop.
Oh, is this building, isn't it, is the one that has shitloads of infected inside? suppose you do get a prior warning because you can actually hear them if you listen carefully. I can't do listen mode in this either. But,
What was that?
a party. They're having a party. Oh, alright Rich, yeah, the chat had broken, sorry, like, let me, I just closed it and opened it because I hadn't seen the message in a while. Alright Rich, and, no, not Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. You know, the one before Skyrim, it's a very famous game. So yeah, it's apparently coming out next week. It's one of those things where it had been rumoured for ages, but it was never confirmed. Then there were some leaked screenshots, and like actual leaked ones, not like, you know, they leaked it on purpose to create hype, that sort of thing. And then all of a sudden, yeah, it's actually coming out next week. Whereas in the leak, so it's a shit job they did advertising that, you know, rather than building up hype so people knew the release date, they were just going to quietly like release it. And then because it actually got leaked, you know, of a couple of pictures, they were like, oh yeah, it is coming out next week. Right, Rich, I'm still playing on that grounded mode, but because the ammo is actually stupidly scarce in this mode, I am using cheats. So, I've just got infinite crafting materials, basically, and infinite ammo on. Because what was annoying me is the bits of the infected are quite good, but when you get to the bits where you're shooting at people, in this mode they're programmed to never drop ammo. So, what's really annoying is you can, stealth kill like an entire squad of people with guns who are trying to shoot you, and then you won't get any ammo back. Alright, Rajiv? So I was just saying, yeah, to people that I have got cheats on Rajiv now, because the bits of the infected are fun, but not the bits in grounded when you're fighting people, because they never drop any ammo whatsoever. The only ammo you find is in containers. So why that's really bad is obviously there's bits where you're pretty much forced into a firefight, as you know, as you've played the game. But you don't get any ammo even if you stealth kill absolutely everybody. So I just got pissed off with it, because I was like, this isn't actually fun if I'm not allowed to use my guns, you know, and like, oh, you'll find one rifle ammo in an entire area kind of thing. So, yeah, I've ended up putting cheats on, but I'm, you know, still trying to play as though I've got limited ammo. It's just, you know, like I said, I was getting fed up that there's no ammo whatsoever. And I'm actually finding this is quite fun, so, yeah, like I said, the problem is this difficulty, Rajiv. I like that there's no HUD, like, you know, I like that to see if your character's injured, you have to look at how they move about. You know, like, so when they're injured, they limp around more. I like that there's no listen mode in this mode, you know, I like loads of the bits like that. I like that you can't see how much is in your magazine without checking it, you know, by opening, this screen up. So there's loads of bits I like in this mode, but I don't like the fact that when you're fighting the human enemies, that there's just no ammo now. Yeah, it's kind of like the Santa Barbara one, but it's just that, yeah, it's like a skimpier sort of thing. There's different skins for this, but I went for the lesbian pride one, weirdly, because I thought it looked better with more colours on it, rather than it being, you know, just a, what-you-call-it one. Because I think the default for this is just white. I went for the one with more colours, because I thought it actually looked like a better thing. I did test out some of like the nude ones and that, not that I'd be streaming with them on, and they did work alright. Also, with this skin at least, she has a fucking backpack. With some of the other skins in this that people have made, she doesn't have a backpack, so the guns just float in midair. That looks stupid. Yeah, weirdly, when I'm watching this back on my phone, it does look very grey, because there's a mode that I can put on that's in the extras, in the filter gallery, some guy has made a really good one, Filmic 1.0. Now, this might look really good on my phone, but this is too saturated on my PC monitor. And I think it's because I've got the, I've got the PC colours turned up quite vibrant on my PC. This will actually not look, this looks too saturated now on my PC, but for you watching the stream, this probably looks better. So yeah, I think this saturation mode is probably really good if you don't have a saturated monitor. But because I've already got a saturated monitor, I can't play with this on. But it is cool as well that people are making their own filter gallery mods as well that you can just download and put in there. Yeah, it was YouTube probably hiding it, IOTA. No, sadly I never played Factions. I know it exists, or did exist, and it's one of those things I'm really annoyed they didn't remake, because I'd like to have tried it, but like I said, I'd have to boot up my PS3, wouldn't I, to try and play it. But yeah, like I was saying, Rajiv, what I'd probably do is if I was to make my own custom difficulty for this. Alright, Mike. Good, thank you. I am going to have to take an antihistamine in a minute because I haven't taken one yet this morning. My eyes are itchy. But, yeah, what I'd like in an ideal difficulty in this is, what was I going to say? Like, one where, yeah, like, the enemies are really observant like they are in this mode. You don't have the HUD like where it is in Grounded, but there's just ammo and parts laying about, because like I say, and that's the thing that's ruined Grounded mode for me. It's just the fact the enemies don't drop ammo, which is just stupid. I've got a skimpier skin mic, as you can see, but one that's still safe for YouTube, and, you know, you can have your tomboy abs with this one, but you can, you know, it's still not banned for YouTube, and it's still kind of practical, unlike some of the skins that are coming out now for this. Sadly, there's no Abby ones yet, otherwise I'd have put one of those in there. Oh, which safe was that? Was that the one in the thing I've already opened, because I've got the mod on that lets me just open safes without a combo now? It was, wasn't it? I had to skip those. I'm not far enough in the game for it yet, Mike. Again, doing this where I'm replaying it. When I did it on the other stream, yeah, but I skipped them just because I wondered if YouTube would give me a strike for those. So I let it play out to her and Owen started kissing on the boat, and then I was like, right, everybody, look, we're skipping the cutscene. Because, yeah, with YouTube, I don't want to risk a strike on my channel if I show something like that. Right, there's a bit coming up where I definitely need to make sure I don't go through a certain doorway at a certain time, because I missed a load of stuff I could have explored last time, because it was one of those bloody doors that you go through it, and then once you go through the door, you know, it stops you going back. Right, hopefully if those antihistamines actually kick in, my eye will be a bit less itchy in 15 minutes or so. Yeah, if it was on Twitch or something, Mike, although I don't really use Twitch for streaming, but, you know, I'd risk it, but not on my proper YouTube channel. Oh yeah, there is a bit of clipping with this skin, as you can see, with her, bum. But, yeah, otherwise this skin's pretty good.
What was that?
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem I find with The Last of Us 1 and 2. There's lots of bits where you're exploring, but if you go through the wrong door at the wrong time, you can't go back and then look for scraps and notes and all that stuff. So you have to almost know from just recently doing a playthrough which doors you can go through without it triggering a cutscene or whatever. Now, I always like these kind of little tiny Jeep type things. I'd love to get one of these in the UK, but I don't know any company that makes them where they'd be affordable second hand and have easy availability spare parts. Because I just really like the idea of a tiny little Jeep. So you've got the 4x4 capability, but, you know, it's not going to be really bad on fuel economy like the big Jeeps are. Yeah, my hay fever's been pretty bad the last week or so, Rajiv. Mostly, actually, this week in terms of having, like, a scratchy throat and just itchy eyes. Because, like I said, I do want to get a car again soon, but, it's just a case of, because we're with my Dacia, where they just couldn't replace that headlight unit, and the entire, like, car only being a couple of years old, had to be scrapped because of one part they couldn't get a replacement for. I'm just quite tempted now just to get a cheaper second-hand thing, and I'm doing a lot of research in terms of, you know, what brands of cars you can get aftermarket parts for and that really easily. So I'm probably just going to have to go for a Vauxhall or something, because at least with some of the older models of Vauxhalls, the spare parts aren't a problem. But to me, it's just really stupid that, you know, as much as everybody's about eco and recycling now, lots of more modern cars are just shit for getting spare parts. Because my mate even has, like, quite a common model of Ford Focus that isn't that old. And he had loads of issues when a part failed the MOT, you know, like having to source the part and paying well over market price for it. I think he had to get one from a scrapyard where there was a relatively new similar model Ford that was being scrapped, where that part was still on it and in good condition. But, you know, it was like one of those things, he couldn't buy it from Ford directly, he couldn't buy it from, like, third-party vendors, you know, it was one of those sort of things. So he had to literally, even though his car is still, like, I think a current model Ford, or, like, you know, is only a couple of years out of being a current model one, Ford Focus, you know, you'd think that would be an easy car to get parts for, but apparently not. So I think, again, he's doing the thing that before his next MOT, he's planning on selling it, because he doesn't want to risk having another part where they're like, oh, you're going to have to now pay 500 quid for a 50 quid part to find a replacement one. Yeah, but not probably the older Fords though, Rajiv, that's the thing. It seems like with the newer cars, because so much is linked to the computer on it, with that sort of bollocks. Right, I think it's this house, isn't it? If this is Boris's house, where you find the Stalker Boris in the garage. Yeah, it's that door, right? I can't go through that door until I've searched the house, because that's what I did wrong before, look. I thought, oh, that's just a ripped door, I'll go through there, and then you get ambushed and it does a cutscene and you can't go back. So there might have not been anything else in the house, I don't know, but that was the problem, because I went through there first, thinking, oh, I can just back through that. Yeah, I might not have actually missed anything then. It was just that I remember this was one of the bits. I was like, for fuck's sake, I missed this note, look. So if I was doing the 100% completionist thing, I'd have probably missed this note. Oh, so that's why they're in that garage. They got put in a garage full of spores. So yeah, missed an important, like, law building note, and missed that last time because I went through that little door and then I couldn't go back. Yeah, Japanese cars probably are, actually. So yeah. Again, Honda or Toyota might be a good idea. Again, like I said, I'm not going to buy a new car this time. I'm going to buy a second-hand one. Yeah, where I had epilepsy type tests and all that done, Mike, they all came out completely fine. They thought I was having issues due to stress at the time. Like, if you want me to go into it a lot more, I'll go into it in a private thing. But like the MRIs and all that are fine. So unless I have any more incidents and I have to stop driving again for a year, I'm absolutely fine. But for the like, I've given it on purposely longer than I needed to after, you know, they said I was alright to drive again. Just for the fact, you know, in case anything came up. Because I didn't want to buy a car and then immediately after, you know, stop driving for a year if there were any more kind of, like, you know, head issue sort of things. So, that first MRI, yeah. Yeah, I'll let you know later if I remember to, Mike, all about the details, yeah. But like I said, I think I'll be absolutely fine now for it. I have to build my confidence up again driving, you know, doing very short journeys to start with and that until I get used to driving again. Just because after you've not driven for a while, it just seems weird. But like I said, I'm completely wanting to get back into it now. I want to actually do it as a confidence thing and all that. It's just like I said, I'm a bit I'm quite cautious about what kind of car I want to get, because I don't want to also be in this position where you know, the bills get stupid for it because of lack of parts. Ah, interesting, yeah. I haven't had a CAT scan. I just had an MRI. But yeah, where they like try and figure out, is that to do with your ears though, it causing the vertigo? Oh shit, I've opened an overlay. I don't want to open an overlay. I'm trying to avoid this. Yeah, I opened the cheap menu overlay then. Oh, it's actually working today. Because when I'm... There you go, look. So you can see I've just got... The only things I've got on is unlimited ammo, unlimited crafting materials, unlimited health kits, like I said. Because, because grounded mode otherwise is a bit broken when you get to the bits where you're having to fight people. But yeah, the other day that overlay was just completely broken when every time I tried to open it, it wouldn't work. Now it's open by accident. Can I switch the key to the overlay though? I suppose I'll have to do it in a different thing. What can I do in settings? Settings, nah. I'll have to do it when I'm not playing the game, but I won't be dodging that much while holding W. Ah, interesting as well, I mean, not good, but interesting. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that was kind of like similar sort of thing with me, that, you know, because I had some symptoms that could be related to epilepsy. Like, obviously, they wanted to check all that. But luckily, it was, you know, obviously, like, something with a couple of similar symptoms that they think was a much shorter term thing due to stress, rather than it being, like I said, at least not actual epilepsy. But even then, they've still told me, you know, like, I need to be really careful if I'm, like, going swimming, you know, and I'm not swimming with somebody else, in case I get a blackout kind of thing, you know. So they've done that sort of thing of, although they've given me the all clear, I'm still kind of on a thing of, if you start getting these symptoms, you need to immediately stop doing stuff, you know. I'd have to stop driving for a year again if I had them. I'd have to go in for more scans, that sort of thing. So although I'm kind of, like I said, I'll explain it to you in a proper PM, but it's one of those things that although I was given an all clear, it's not a total all clear, if you get me.
Hey! Dog's picked up something down the hill. I think he's down there.
No way. He's still up here. Just blew up one of our fucking trucks.
You sure?
Yes, I'm fucking sure. Everybody spread out. We may have multiples. It's her!
Yeah, see,
Right over here.
this is the thing I do like, at least on this mode, is how aware the enemies are. Like I said, I just don't like the fact they don't drop ammo, but other than that, I do like how dangerous the enemies are, that they actually hear shit they don't hear in, like, normal difficulty. So, like, if you kill somebody really close to them, even if it's a silenced gun, they go like, ah! Like, the people hear them screaming, kind of thing. They also hear you reload, apparently, if you're, like, behind cover really close to them. But I haven't tried. The clickers find me really easily in this mode as well, I think, 'cause their hearing is so sensitive in Grounded. But,
I think he's got something. What you smell?
again, I can't listen in this mode.
You're fucking next! Get behind her! Move up! On it!
Let's see how... Yeah, if it is a video game shotgun, that's the only problem. It's still not a realistic shotgun. doesn't
Here we go.
go very far at all.
Runner pin! Right here!
I am liking the fact, though, at least with cheating of unlimited ammo, I can use the MP5 properly. Yeah, don't accept AIDS from some bloke down the alley. It would be a very different outcome, yeah. There's also, the really good thing now is, like, for proper deaf people, you can get cochlear implants, whatever they're called, can't you? Because they were offered to my granddad, and he said because of his age, you know, he wouldn't accept them. He said give them to somebody younger, you know, who actually needs them, who's got longer to live. But, you know, apparently they're really good for, like, people that, you know, are, like, almost completely deaf or were born deaf or whatever, and now they can actually hear stuff again. The only time I get proper tinnitus, and it is really annoying, is when my ears block because of, like, earwax and stuff like that. Then I get a really horrible loud whistle that, like, disrupts my sleep and that. But,
That could be her.
oh yeah, look how good her eyesight is. She actually saw me poking around that corner then.
There's nothing here.
Oh, the screams actually echo off the buildings. Yeah, I was saying, like, luckily, obviously, I don't have proper tinnitus, but I do get, like I was saying, a thing that whenever my ears get waxy and block up, then I suddenly notice that, you know, I can hear a bit of a whistling. And again, that's really annoying when I'm trying to sleep, because then, you know, when it's quieter, even if I put ambient noise on, I've still got a bit of a sort of in my ear. Again, what I do like I said, is because there's no listen mode in this, I have no clue where they are unless they speak or I actually see them. There we go, somebody's talking. Oh.
Hey. I think we've got her.
dog somewhere by the sound of it. Yeah, I do really, like saying, the one thing I do really like about the grounded difficulty is how much it makes you actually have to think about what you're doing in these situations more. Like I said, it's just a shame by default that grounded makes ammo so scarce that in the bits when you're in, like, a firefight where you can't avoid it, because, like, they happen in the story, they just become incredibly frustrating, because you have to be like, oh, I've got so little ammo, I have to hope that the enemy doesn't twitch in the last second when I shoot this round, or you end up in, like, the corridor shootout bits and no ammo. Because, like I said, the enemies don't actually drop the ammo in this mode, which is stupid. So, like I said, I'm cheating to actually enjoy it, but I am still enjoying it like this. Don't know about anybody else that has to work weekends, but what's lovely for me this weekend is I'm only working tomorrow. Yeah, it sounds like, from what I've read online, Grounded is much better balanced in 1 than it is in this one. As in, I'm assuming Grounded in 1, the enemies did drop ammo, or ammo was more frequently put around bits where there was a... like an actual shootout. Oh, shit. Oh, the dog's limping, poor doggy. I must have already hurt it, but not killed it. But yeah, like I was saying, it's just in this one, because the enemies don't drop ammo at all in any of these sections. Like, if I go over to that guy, look, he won't have any ammo on him whatsoever.
Keep looking, fuckers.
Yeah, like I said, because I normally work quite very long hours at the weekend, and it's normally really busy. I'm not sure if tomorrow's going to be really busy, because where I work, sometimes it will be really busy during, like, school holidays, you know, when there's Easter stuff on. Other times it'll be really quiet. It depends, I guess, if people have travelled to where I work, you know, and want to visit it, or if people are actually away on holiday. No worries, Mike. I hope your mum's doing alright as well. Like I said, she's been to the doctors. Right, it's tab, isn't it? Switch shoulder, so I can tactical clear bits. Which I actually kind of need to do more on this difficulty because of the fact that enemies will spot you really quickly if you miss a corner and then attack you, whereas in regular mode you get that sort of noise before they spot you, and then they normally go, "Oh, what's that?" before they actually shoot at you. Where in this mode they tend to just start shooting at you straight away. Oh, there's one.
I got her! Right over there!
Oh, shit. Again, I could just use the MP5 for everything, which is,
Here we go.
you know, which is much easier, but I kind of like still trying to do it with most of the stuff. Yeah, my uncle was in hospital recently with pneumonia. As in, like, he went on holiday sort of thing to see his daughter in Germany. And then, like, you know, couldn't go home, or, like, when he was meant to be booked to go home, because he was, like, obviously having lots of breathing issues, so ended up, you know, on oxygen in hospital for a few days. He's back now, thankfully, and obviously they did a really good job in the German hospital, probably better than if he was in a UK one. But yeah, you know, ended up, when he went on holiday, then ended up in hospital for a load of it. because the music's died down a bit, I think all the enemies are probably... is it coming back up? Yeah, let me know. So I like with this as well, you can tell the ambient music where the enemies are. Well, not where the actual enemies are, but you know, you can tell relatively how close they are. And if they're in like search mode or combat mode, depending on how the music ramps up.
The hell did she go?
See, again, like I said, that guy with the rifles dropped no ammo. Saying that's why I don't like the grounded thing. When it comes to ammo, because it just makes no sense that they can keep shooting at you, but as soon as you kill them, they don't drop a single round of ammo. Even if you stealth killed them, like I said, that's why it's so annoying. Like, see that one, look. See his gun's in the firing position there. Like his pistol, like if I go into photo mode, look, so I'll show you something funny with this. It's not the best angle, but if you see that, his gun is in, like, you know, it's in battery or whatever you'd call it, where, he's obviously meant to have a round loaded, you know, the slides forward, he's ready to shoot. As soon as I kill him, the slide is going to lock back, like, you know, he's out of ammo. So if I can see where his gun's gone now in a second. Annoyingly, because I killed him in the grass, it might be hard to find. That's annoying, I'll show you another one. But basically, what will happen is the slide will then be locked back, like he shot his last round in the magazine and needs to reload. Now with a shotgun you can't tell because it would look the same, basically. But again, like, see with that bolt action rifle, the bolt's locked back like he's not got any ammo to reload into it. And I was saying that's why it's really annoying, because you can stealth kill somebody, their gun is ready to shoot, and then as soon as the gun lands on the floor, it's gone into, oh, they didn't have any ammo for it, sort of thing. So yeah, that's not realistic, if this is meant to be the realistic difficulty. That their ammo magically disappears when they die. It's like they have lawgivers from Dread that would explode in your hands if you tried to shoot them. At least that would make sense. See, like, yeah, there's one pistol round there. Like I said, I'm cheating anyway now because of how pissed off I got at the lack of ammo. But and again, with the sort of M14 style rifles, you can't tell, but at least that one doesn't actually have a mag in the bottom of it. But what annoys me is the ones where, like I said, like, you know, they're meant to have a mag of ammo and then oh, it's gone. Oh, we get the gas bit in a minute, don't we, where they put the gas masks on and try and smoke her out, which is actually quite realistic. I mean, like, you know, sensible tactics from them.
Let's check around here.
Because I've got infinite ammo, can I ambush these guys? Oh yeah, I can.
Right there! Joey!
Alright, she's got a pistol, right, so let's have a look. Again, it might disappear into the grass, or is that a revolver? I can't see from this distance. I'm nearly dead.
Fuck. Oh, God.
They actually slice the pie better with corners as well on grounded. They don't let you ambush them as easily, sort of walking around the corner. Alright, so now, has her pistol landed where we can see it? There it is, look. See? Slide lock back immediately. The magazine's been ejected, I think, by the look of it. But the slide is locked back, look. So, again, like I was saying, they immediately, their ammo magically disappears. Yeah, Le Simp. I've got mud on the stock of my MP5, that's kind of realistic. Is that guy's pistol done it as well? Yeah, look, see, his pistol's done it as well. Slide's gone back, locked back. No magazine in the bottom by the look of it. Yeah, Magwell is empty. So they magically have ammo in it, and then it just goes into, oh, I've locked my slide back and dropped a mag out like it's a totally empty gun. Yeah, like I said in Bradship, this is why this mode annoyed me. Because if they dropped even a single round of ammo, it wouldn't be so bad. But it's the fact that you can go around stealth killing them and still get nothing back for it. And because there are segments like this where they expect you to be shooting at the enemies, it just becomes quite broken. You know, where it's just not fun. And like I was saying, because of the fact as well, Ellie's got a muddy arse, look.
Over here.
But yeah, it's just that annoying thing as well, where
Bring it down, boy.
oh shit. Oh, I don't want an overlay up. Oh, I've got my throat ripped out. But yeah, so it's that, like I was saying, that really annoying thing of there's just not any ammo, basically, in these segments. And I said the thing that annoys me more actually is the fact that, like I said, that you can only have like 12 rounds of revolver ammo on you, 3 mags worth, whatever it is, of pistol ammo. You know, like lots of the guns, even if you're being really careful saving the ammo through a lot of the game, you still barely have any ammo on you for when this bit, like these little bits, kick off. So like I said, I'm actually not finding it too bad cheating in these. It just seems like the character's been sensible and actually stockpiled ammo on them. Like every other bad guy does in this. You know, but apparently Ellie and Abby can't do. Yeah, right, Rajiv, that is quite a nice synth now. I'm enjoying listening to it. Oh yeah, that's faster stealth takedown is actually pretty good, where she just slits their throat rather than jamming it in and pulling them back slowly. Don't even know what gun that guy had. Oh, some parts. Oh, that one didn't have a lockback slide, but it's still not got any ammo on it, has it? No, it's still not registering as being one that has ammo on it. Like, as in, it's got ammo, but I'm at full capacity. So again, that one is just... Nothing, he wasn't carrying any ammo anyway, even though he had his gun in battery. See if anybody else is alive to come over to hear the noise, but yeah, it'd be interesting to know if they actually did it using real simps, or if it's just like a simp, if you know what I mean, like a computer-based module, because you can very accurately on computer programs now like emulate the sounds of classic simps. But yeah, like I said, it is that very nice sounding sort of drone noise, isn't it? Again, I like analog synths. I think it was it the Prophet 3 or something John Carpenter used for a lot of his stuff?
Yeah, by the fence.
Fuck.
Oh shit, I didn't want to change my camera. And the gas, this is the gas mask bit coming up. I wonder if I run over and put the trip mines down fast enough, if they're actually useful.
Smoke her out.
Yeah, that hurt me as well, that one. But there's a bit of a boot look. His shoes left there. No, I shot the mask off of that one. Oh, it actually breaks into pieces. That's... or did it break into pieces? Oh no, it's still a solid thing. That... Oh no, no. There is half the S10 missing there. Yeah, that S10 is missing half of it. That guy's still got his S10 on, or woman. Can I shoot up her face when she's dead? Oh, somebody's got a basement arcade down here. I somehow remembered that one came round that corner last time. Is this where Jesse is down here, or is that a little bit further along? Oh, a bit further along. Yeah, it's very Terminator-y now, isn't it, Raju? I think that's where Jesse's underneath this windowsill, isn't he? Even though he's not there before I jump, he just magically appears. Look. Unless he's meant to be in the building to the left. Oh, he could have actually been in there rather than just spawning out everywhere. Yeah, he'd have been fine, Rajiv, as long as Ellie didn't leave that map in the aquarium.
What the hell are you doing here?
I think I'd let you do this on your own.
Jesse,
Where's Dina?
she's safe. She's just sick.
What kind of sick?
She's fine.
Christ, there's a lot of them.
Hey, how hurt are you?
I'll be okay. Your friends out there.
Yeah, like we were saying the other day, a lot of the supporting cast seem pretty good in the show. He's got a lovely, like, Winchester-y looking thing there, doesn't he? Like a Winchester or like a Henry repeater rifle. But sadly you can't use it in the game.
You're a fucking idiot, you know that, right?
Yeah. Right. See that truck?
That's your plan.
We need to get some distance.
Okay.
Like I said, it'd be good if there was somebody who did a dominatrix one for Abby. That would look even better in the cutscenes, or funnier, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, sadly no. There's not. There's a couple of Abby reskins for some of her T-shirts, or like different brands on the T-shirts and that. But nobody's actually done like any sexy Abby skins yet, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, he's already out there. Is he slitting the throat? You're leaving me behind.
Here! Here!
I'm wondering if I run over here, if there's anything to actually see over here. Not really.
She's down!
There's already like Dina in like bras and panties skins to go around with Ellie. I didn't bother installing those. But yeah, I just thought for the bit where Ellie and Abby are fighting, not the very end on the beach, but the bit in the theatre, that would be really funny if you could have like Abby in like some sort of dominatrix outfit, or the scene with Joel. I thought that'd be quite good.
Ellie!
Or just a golfing outfit. But
Get in!
oh, I can get in now. Okay. This is a bit where you get unlimited ammo anyway in this.
Okay.
In both the Last of Us games, any bit where there's a car or whatever, you magically get infinite ammo goes to the vehicle segment, and you're just meant to be shooting at people coming at you.
Jesse, get us the fuck out of here!
I'm trying!
Jesse!
Jesus.
Watch out! Get the tire!
That's the guy that gets crushed, isn't it, if you don't kill him before that? I always end up shooting him. Because I never know which, you know, if you don't kill which one's fast enough, you just die in this bit, so.
That's two! I'll be fine. Go!
I'll get the driver in a minute when I can actually aim at this bit. I'll switch shoulder here and there.
Look out!
Yeah, and you could even get a skin for Joel, couldn't you, like that, to make it funnier? I don't know what would be a good a skin for Joel in that. Either a gimp suit maybe, or something else. Or a skin where Joel was dressed as Andrew Ryan. Get an Andrew Ryan outfit for Joel. I'll have to have a look at the new one. I've not seen the new trailer yet, Rajiv. I've seen the one from a while ago. Are you alright, Peach, anyway? Yeah, well, House of the Dead style, Rajiv, yeah. But yeah, that music there, when just before they crash into the thing, is when the timer's running out in the no return mode. One thing with this custom skin of hers is that her belly area doesn't have the proper wet texture on it like her arms do. So you'll notice in bits where she gets wet that like these clothes don't actually get wet properly. Her arms still do. But I suppose that's because they're probably from one of the other like character models they've just reused the bits from.
Oh, thanks.
This way. Dina! Oh my god. Jesse.
Hey, Dina.
Alright, I'll just skip the cutscenes like I said because I've previously played all of this bit through recently anyway. So I might as well just like so I have actually streamed the entirety of this game minus one of the sex scenes on YouTube. So like I said, with a lot of this I just want to do... Oh, it's the flashback bit, isn't it?
Huh?
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Right, so the sniping bit, which is actually weirdly in episode 1 of the new series, it's not a flashback bit.
Man, I mean, I forget my own birthday if she didn't remind me.
At least because I've got aim assist
You should
turned
just
off,
apologize to
I
her.
should actually be able to do the proper range sighting with a scope. Because the problem is, with in this bit, when you have the aim assist on, like that would be in the controller, on the the PlayStation, the problem is that like it auto ranges the thing for you, you know, so it moves the notches up properly, so you don't get the fun bit of trying to range him in.
Okay.
Yeah, I've watched Ep 1 as well. It's this Sunday, isn't it? Like Sunday night, episode 2. So essentially we can't see it until Monday morning. You know, unless you stay up really late to watch it.
You want to give it a whirl?
I mean, Abby is already, like, in episode 2, Abby's going to be doing the bit, isn't she, where she's running around and getting chased by the infected.
Are you sure?
'Cause there's already some pictures from the next episode, and there's the bit where she's behind a chain link fence, and they're swarming it. Alright, I just go on that yar har fiddly dee, get them the next day, it's alright with me. I go on one of those sites, Peach.
Good way to draw them out.
Yar har. Oh, I can't crouch. Right, so I need to draw them out. Right, let's see how much drop there is. Was that about 2 notches?
Leave the bullet room to drop.
I know that, but I'm just seeing where I'm.
That road on your side. Try hitting
Yeah,
that sign.
so just under 2 notches.
There you go.
Maybe that 3rd notch.
Distracting them.
You're on patrol. Let's clear them out.
Stop running around so I can snipe you.
That's all of them. Usually more over this
Yeah,
way.
with tiny mag capacity, apparently, Peach. It's not the proper 20-round mag. Tommy's just underloading his mags to make her reload more.
Hordes like to move through this area in the winter. They always end up leaving behind a few stragglers.
They do the same routes every year.
Like a migration or something.
What's that about?
Well, when the barometric pressure reaches a certain
Shit,
temperature-
I don't know.
Shit, I don't fucking know.
Let's try the bottom notch. Oh, that's too high.
Shit. Gotcha. I like this thing.
I'm counting 3. Spotting 2 still. You're a natural.
Where's the last one then you're on about, Tommy? Oh, it's eating the deer. Right.
I'm impressed. Looks clear. Bet there's some this way.
Well, what I do like is Abby's version of the Vepper rifle she's got has got like the
Something by the skin.
kind of, you know, the more like restricted US gun laws sort of weird stocks on
By
them,
that top.
where they can't have
See?
the pistol grip on. They have to have that weird thumbhole stock, which again isn't going to stop somebody being able to do a mass shooting with it. I never fucking understand those stupid rules. It was by the ski lift, wasn't it? He said. Oh yeah, the one all the way over there. Right, let's try the very bottom notch. Yeah.
What you think?
Dude, handful more. You really get it?
Yes.
Well done.
Although, again, what's weird with this segment is the ranges aren't properly
Yeah, me
done
neither.
on the scope reticle. Because if, say, each one of those is meant to be an extra 100 yards or 100 metres, like they would be on a normal scope, you'll notice in some of the bits, like where I had to go for the next reticle when they were only like 10 yards from each other on
Thanks
some of
for
the
that.
bits.
That's just what I needed.
I actually don't mind the look of
Ladies
thumbhole stocks, Peach. I actually quite like thumbhole stocks and wooden things. I just don't understand how it's meant to stop any kind of, you know,
I'm not supposed to
gun tragedy type thing that the people who make the rules think it will.
There's nothing to worry about.
It's just one of those, you know, sort of weird things like that. Oh, because I've got unlimited crafting bits here. Oh, the thing hasn't kicked in.
Well, you have to do more than high.
I think because the infinite ammo thing still requires you to have at least one of each thing,
I'll
doesn't
try.
it, to work? That's why. As usual when I'm streaming this, because I enjoy chatting with people and just streaming this game, because the gameplay's fun, I don't mind staying on quite a while. I'll probably have to go by 3 PM,
Yeah.
but that still gives me an hour and 20 minutes.
I see you've
And I'm going to skip these cutscenes even though, you know, they're quite good, well-written things. Oh yeah, the last time I played this was the first time I'd actually ran around
What's
here
this
and looked
Savage
at stuff.
Starlight doing here?
Pretty sure that's Joel's.
There isn't much to grab in here, but I didn't actually look around it the first time. And again, this is the place, isn't it, that when you're as Abby in the opening bit, the bit you run through, isn't it, to get into the cable car station?
This lookout suddenly fascinating.
I'm just making sure I have everything.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure you don't want to come?
Get on now. He's waiting.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I still think
Call me
there'd be
boss
better
anytime when you's
actors
out.
than Bella Ramsey
Just
or
a few
whatever
we
she's
saw from
called
the
for that
ridge.
role. Not insulting her as a person or an
Yeah,
actor.
you
I
know,
just don't think she's
two
that
runners
suited
in
for
the
the role.
house. Jesse tells me you're handling your own quite well on the group patrol. He's even recommending you for paired patrols. Well, I think you're still a bit young for it.
I'm a better shot than almost all of them. And I have more experience than most of the new recruits
Look.
who've...
You think you're ready. I trust you.
Okay. Thanks.
You just do me a favor and start with the shorter routes for now. You know, see how you handle them.
All right.
Hey, you remember those, Savage Starlight comic books that you're into?
Yeah?
Tommy and I found some when we were moving through at school the other day.
Did you like them?
Yeah, well, it's the age
Oh,
he is
you
in the
know,
game, isn't it? Other than some of
Not
the
really my
flashback
cup of
bits.
tea, but Dr. Daniela Starr, I mean, she's pretty...
She's a savage.
Well, what she does to Captain Ryan in that death match... whew.
Yeah. I mean, he
Is
definitely
it? Does
deserved
anyone know
it,
if
but-
it's this year or next year
That's a
when
nice
the
twist
next
on
and
that
last
story.
series of The Boys comes out? Because I kind of want to be watching that.
Funny.
But, I don't mean like I don't want to be watching The Last of Us. I do, but I'm just thinking of other TV shows I actually watch.
Music store's up that way. You're gonna have to leave the horses here.
Yeah. Sounds good. Nice chamber. Don't get into trouble.
There's that music store.
Yeah, I see it.
All right, Alexi.
I got it.
We can't go this way. Look, it's too hard to climb
I
up.
don't think we can go this way.
What? Damn. Used to be able to swim across there.
Okay, so now what?
Oh, cool. So it is actually this year, but I mean, if it's Google AI, it might
I'm
be
up for
wrong.
it.
Because with some of those shows, it's like every couple of years, isn't it, that there's a new series? But yeah, I mean, most shows do a new series every year if they're ones that are like, you know, really popular. But
Damn it.
Oh, that might be something. You think you can fit in there?
Well, it's worth a shot.
see, I thought he was going to boost her up and just let her through the window. I know he isn't because I played this again like a week ago, but oh, I meant to be crawling on her. But yeah, rather than like, oh, let's look behind all this wreck stuff. I thought it was just going to be go up there and break a window and let me in.
Hold on.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, sadly I'm at work tomorrow, Rajiv, but at least, like I said, I'm only at work Saturday this weekend. I don't have to go in Sunday. And Sunday is normally the busier of the 2 days for us, so that is one of the things I'm really looking forward to. That, you know, it's one of those things of go in for one day, hopefully it won't be too bad, get 6 days off again. Although, like, obviously I'll be doing YouTube stuff and other jobs around the house and shit like that.
Hello.
It's
You
at least one of
impressed?
those things where, you know, like my actual work where I have to turn up, you know, well dressed, you know, all that sort of stuff in my proper uniform, ironed and all that. You know, it's that's at least only one day this week. Easter falls on 420. What's today's date? The 18th. Oh, you're right, it is 420 this year for Easter. I didn't even notice that. You know, so it's Easter is also on Mr. H's birthday. So 420 plays it. Yeah, I also have the Easter eggs for my birthday.
This place is giving me the creeps.
What is good is that stuff isn't upgraded in these bits, because it wouldn't make sense if, like, during the flashback bit, she actually has the stuff she's upgraded in Seattle.
It's just us.
What if we run into someone?
Joel's got a magic S10. The weird thing about Joel's S10, which I probably pointed out before, is it has the front bit of an S6. So if you look at his actual front bit, this is weird. They've modelled the S10 perfectly, other than the fact it's missing its top straps. Or has he got an FM12? I can't remember, because it's an S10 in The Last of Us 1. But those eyepieces look more like the FM12. He's got fabric straps as well, right? So he has an FM12 regardless. But it's got the S6's, like, mouth bit on it. That the S10 never had, and the FM12 never had. But the S6 did. The, weird, like, rubbery front valve cover thing they put on it. That, you know, it doesn't actually need. They just weirdly put on the mask, I guess, to cover up a vulnerable bit of the mask or whatever and make it more resilient. But so again, it's like he's just got a component on that mask that was never on that mask, you know, he wore at all. It's not like it was even a prototype model thing. It just didn't exist on it.
You stop wearing that mask, kiddo, and eventually you're gonna slip up in front of someone you shouldn't.
I've never slipped.
You ain't told nobody new, have you? Not Jesse, or Dina, or...
Of course not.
Okay, good.
You ever been in here before?
You just patrol the streets.
Maybe.
Actually, is a higher capacity working or not? Let's turn the infinite ammo off and on again and just see if oh, the infinite ammo didn't work on these. Maybe these are actually classed as different guns, the bits in this bit. What I can do normally is add extra ammo. So let's just give a 1k rifle ammo and 1k pistol ammo. I just want to see what happens, and then okay, so the rifle ammo does actually go up. So she has the 3 rounds like she should in this bit. Well, it shows 1,003, that's the total ammo. But what's her mag capacity on her pistol? Oh, it is 8 rounds, okay. The cheapest I've ever seen an S10 go for, although it wasn't actually me that bought it, it was my dad when he did something quite smart, was a car boot sale, an S10 in its haversack that was 2009 dated with a filter for £15. Oh, you're going to Le Desert. What desert are you going to? But yeah, glad you caught me streaming. You can have a chat if you want. So yeah, like a lot of the time online, S10s used to be in the £30 to £50 mark, going back before COVID. You know, and then they started going up over time when you know, they became harder to get because of just you know, the stock running out of them. But yeah, like I said, the cheapest I ever got one was £15 when my dad went to a car boot sale, saw it as a gas mask, thought he'd take a risk buying it, you know, and then, you know, because he thought there wouldn't be many for under £15 regardless of even if they were a really common one. So, you know, I wouldn't be too pissed off paying that. And then, yeah, it turned out to be an S10 in its haversack.
Sure.
Is it one of us?
Ah, interesting. Don't know anything about Borrego Springs or however it's pronounced, but hope you have a good time.
Come here.
We are on patrol, right?
Okay. Let's go out.
Joel's AI is a lot better than fucking Dina's in this. Oh, and we're alerted because again they're on the because we're actually on like I said, a proper difficulty thing. They're actually really alert, so you can't just conveniently walk past and self-kill them. Oh, that's bullshit. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, like I said, Alexi, it was just one of those things like with the S10, where, yeah, like I said, it was obviously in the UK they used to be, when they were very common army surplus, they used to be, you know, a lot cheaper. But then they've been going up in price anyway, just because they've been getting rarer and rarer, as in like that 2009 one I got is probably one of the last years the S10 was actually produced for British Army service. Because for the most part, the S10 was, like I said, phased out at that point for the GSR. Like the FM12 is a separate thing because the Army never adopted the FM12, but the, you know, like a lot of armed police groups and things like that. Yeah, you can get ads during streams because YouTube does them anyway now, and if you know if you're monetized like I am, I actually get a little bit, tiny bit back from them. If it's a channel that isn't monetized, YouTube just keeps all of it. This is why like Google has been really anti-ad block through all the Chrome stuff recently, because they're on purpose, you know, obviously trying to get as much money back from YouTube now as they can. So you know, because it used to be with YouTube that you could actually, if you were a partner, you could choose if ads were or weren't on your videos, and obviously if they were on, you got money for it. If they weren't on, you wouldn't. But that would actually determine if there were adverts or not. Then what ended up happening with YouTube, like maybe a couple of years ago, is they made it that everybody has to have ads full stop. But if you're not partnered or don't opt into it, you just get nothing from it. So at least, like, you know, I said, at least being a YouTube partner, I do get a bit of money back. But yeah, you'll get ads on everything on YouTube regardless now. And again, that's why they, you know, made it so you can't have ad blocks on the Chrome store and stuff like that. Ad blockers, because they wanted to make it so, you know, they get basically everything. You know, you can't. There are still ways to get around it, but like I said, it's a lot more complicated now than it used to be. Nope. Fuck's sake, Joel. That's another thing that happens more in the grounded difficulty as well, is that the enemies actually, what do you call it, like, can grab, like Joel and that a lot more. Your allies get grabbed and you have to help them a lot more. That's another annoying thing on grounded, is that your allies become a lot less useful than they are in the other difficulties, as in, like, they get grabbed more, they don't shoot as often. So that's another thing where in a custom difficulty I'd probably just keep that on normal, where, that, you know, they do the typical annoying thing on the grounded difficulty where your allies get dumber but the enemies get smarter, where I just want everybody to be smarter so they act more realistically.
Joel, I think we did it.
I think so.
Yeah, like I said, Belarusian and Hungarian versions of PMG used to be really cheap at one point. Again, it's like GP5s. At one point, you used to be able to buy those on eBay for like $10 with the satchel, with the filter, you know, all that stuff. Like I said, the best price for gas masks now, as much as a lot of people keep going, oh, they're not very good, but they do some good ones, is just China. Go on AliExpress or somewhere. I mean, I know Trump will probably put stupid tariffs on Chinese gas masks now. But, you know, like, there's a lot of better and better Chinese gas masks being made now that, you know, aren't the, like, god-awful ones. Because it used to be the PLA ones are alright, but the industry ones are absolute dog shit. Now, a lot of the Chinese ones are fairly good, and like I said, you can actually buy them brand new a lot of the times for like £30 to £50 over here. You know, with a week's postage from China, which isn't bad. Oh, it's the bit with the whatchamacallit, the big guy for me. The what's his name? Bloater. Yeah, the bloater. So let's get some Molotovs ready. But yeah, there's a newish Chinese gas mask I've seen on AliExpress. I'm quite tempted after payday to order to see if it's any good. You know, it looks like some of their other industrial masks, but this one looks, you know, like a much better quality one. So I'm sort of interested in, you know, how good the straps are, how good, like, the comfort is on it. you know, I'll do a review of it. Because when they're not too bad price-wise, you know, there's nothing stopping you from, someone like me anyway, of buying one and just testing it out. The problem is, you know, I can't really buy really expensive masks to review, because that's when you end up, you know, getting into the position where, you know, like, it will take me a week or so to get the money back. I don't mean for YouTube, it will take me way longer than that for YouTube, but, you know, like, can't really afford to spend a load of my income on some masks. The price of it. I'll have a look at your thing about particle filters in a minute, mate. Just try not to get bloated at the moment. I know this is the one that eventually just grabs you anyway, I think, because there's a cutscene where Joel kills it when it's going to kill you. Sort of thing. It doesn't matter, I think in a minute how many times I shoot it, I don't think I can ever kill it, Zelly. Yeah, there we go. So, reuse particle filters. You could, but obviously if you did the vacuum from the opposite side, so if you did the vacuum from the intake side, the only problem is if it's a really strong vacuum, it could break the filter material apart. There are some particle filters, if they're made from the right materials, that in theory you could wash off under a tap. Because I've got this particle filter thing for like a room purifier, that is one that's designed that you can actually wash it. You know, like where lots of them are like, oh, don't wash them, you know, blah blah blah, you have to buy a new one. This particular brand of one I used, it's still a regular particle filter. It's obviously made from a strong enough material that isn't paper-based, maybe fiberglass, that, you know, you can actually rinse the thing down. So, yeah, it would depend what's in the filter. But, yeah, you could, if you were careful with a weaker vacuum cleaner, you could get some of the dirt out from the intake side.
What are you doing?
Or maybe using something that blows air from the, like one of those computer fan air blower things, not the compressed air cans, but the really decent, like, ones that, you know, are, like, quite powerful. You might be able to put that in the side you'd normally breathe in and use it to blow the dirt back out the other way. But like I said, the problem is if there's too much airflow on a filter, it will damage it. They're mostly designed for a certain, like, you know, amount of
Jesse
airflow.
and Dina are gonna lose their shit when they hear about this.
What's to do with them two anyway? They're dating, right?
On and off.
Yeah, well, they'll refund you at least if you can't get it, but yeah. I mean, like we've said, is because of everything Trump's done, he has kind of ruined America's reputation with nearly all the world now, not just China. Because again, the US is putting more and more pressure on lots of stuff with us in the UK to do things they want now. And we're basically telling America to fuck off, which is pretty much a first in like 200 years. You know, where they were saying we need to get rid of some of our own rights for a trade deal, and basically we've said, no, fuck off, we're not doing that. Yeah, see ya, Brood Rooster.
Think you can squeeze through there?
Right. I think I'm near the end of this flashback bit, Peach. So then I'll be back to, gunning people down with adult Ellie. Compiling shaders. Yeah, there we go. Because, yeah, that was the bit where they find, like, the dead kids that ran away, didn't they? And then she has a go at Joel about the Fireflies thing. That's alright, Mike. Like I said, when I'm streaming a game like this, I don't mind staying on quite a while to chat with people, because, like I said, I enjoy playing this. So I'll probably go off at 3, or a bit earlier if I desperately need a wee before then.
Right. If I follow Route 5, that should take me to the hospital. Follow Route 5.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Get her to tell me where Abby is.
Again, I need to find enough scrap parts so I can finally put the rangefinder on the boat, and I've got all the upgrades as Ellie. But, in this difficulty you actually get less crafting scrap as well, so, it's taking quite a while to get that.
Here we go.
But yeah, I've been quite amazed with how fast Trump has basically ruined the reputation of the US. And like I said, I didn't mind Trump in his first term. I thought he was quite funny and, like, you know, at least the economy was alright under him. But he's now totally fucked the US economy by starting a trade war, basically, with the entire world. And like I said, he's doing loads of things eroding US constitutional rights now in terms of freedom of speech. You know, there's the thing of people being detained and then sent to basically a death camp in El Salvador, and some of them have turned out to not even be illegal immigrants or whatever at all. You know, it's like I said, I wouldn't have actually even imagined this would have happened. You know, it's like, it's one of those things where even the people that hated Trump never thought he'd go this far, but he's just suddenly gone fucking nuts. You know, most of the world now is, yeah, like we were saying earlier about the whole, like, bullying of China thing. It basically said, yeah, America, we're fine, we're just going to ignore you. So yeah, it's turned into a politics thing, and like I said, I didn't even mind Trump in his first term. I'm not one of those people that was like, oh, Trump's done this, Trump did that. But, yeah. I didn't think you could get worse than senile old Biden, but now you've got an actual guy that wants to be a fucking dictator, so, And it turns out a lot of the US constitutional sort of protections don't work if you've got the House and the Senate or whatever it is loaded with your own political party, who are just becoming yes men for him. Because wasn't there like a 9-0 thing where the Supreme Court ruled against Trump and he's just ignored it now? Like, the Americans in the chat will know more than me, but I know it's just going fucking stupid over there now.
Okay, progress.
Like, so where we were on about notes the other day in this game, this is one of the places where one of the notes makes total sense, unlike that ambush note. Because you, I think, get one of the notes on the dead infected here, and they're a squad that was sent out to hunt for some other people. So, why isn't it that? Oh, there we go. At least these infected, it makes total sense, like, why the note would be where it is, sort of thing. Is that all of them? Yeah, see this note, this guy drops a note which is basically the orders to kill the other people. Right, these are the ones that, like I was saying, that the four that have run away, the deserters, on purposely, at last time I played this, I didn't kill these guys because I knew the bit was coming up, so I just threw a bottle to stun them and then run out their apartment. But this time I'm going to kill them because I'm wanting to look for everything. And there might be something interesting in their apartment. But when I played the game through last time, because I knew they weren't actually wolves, I was like, I'm just going to stun them with a bottle and run away. But in New Game Plus, I'm just killing everybody. Because why not? Just going to kill them. Might as well get the MP5 for it. Actually, where those people ambush you, the deserters, I think they come out of a locked room, so I'm wondering if I put a tripvine by the door, if that will actually get them when they come out the door. We'll find out in a minute. Oh, this is one of the puzzles I was on about, I totally missed last time, where you have to, let's break all the windows so like it's ready. But you have to throw a rope over one of those so you can then swing across to that bit, and I completely missed this bit first time. Again, there's a lot of areas in this game I found when I replayed it Like we said, when it actually took me 24 hours to do everything in the game the first time. Like, I still miss some notes and things like that, you know, I totally missed the first time round. Like the guitar shop and the pet shop in the day one downtown bit of Seattle. And, you know, just quite a few other little places like this, you know, where I'd somehow checked a few of the other places around, but missed some of these other bits. Feel her whole. Did it say feel her love? Let me have a look, Peach. Yeah, feel her love, not feel her whole. Kind of looks like a noose, that one. Unless it was meant to be a noose, because it was going to be the scars hanging somebody, I don't know. Anything on this little bit? No. I can actually just jump down there without dying. Yeah, good, so I don't have to go all the way down the lift shaft again. Q, isn't it, to swing? So yeah, this is an area I just totally missed the first time. And I think even the second time I played this, I missed it. This woman's husband or whatever is the one you find dead with arrows in him, who's bled to death in a bit later on where the scars have shot him. Yeah, like I said, Peach, I wouldn't mind paying for gym membership if there was actually a good gym fairly close to me, but there's not. There's ones that, you know, I'd have to just fucking commute to go to. So, like I said, I've got some home gym equipment, but it's just one of those things where if there'd been a good gym nearby, I wouldn't actually mind doing a load of stuff at the gym, because I know it'd be good for my mental health and that, but sadly, like I said, there's not that many great gyms around where I am, and most of them I'd have to commute to get to, so it's not like I could just have a, you know, day where I can just fit a gym session in easily if you're spending an hour and, you know, going each way. I don't know if it's still there, because it used to be really cool, but it's obviously really small because it's for kids. They used to have a proper climbing wall in one of the parks near me. You know, like just one of the, like where there was a kids' play area for the slightly older kids, they had a climbing wall. And again, it's a pretty low one, because it's designed that, you know, if you fall off, you're not going to injure yourself too badly. Because there's, so it's like, you know, one of those, there used to be like a big wood chip pile at the bottom of the climbing wall. But yeah, they used to actually have a proper climbing wall at like one of the kids' parks that we used to do when we were kids. That, you know, like as an adult, I think it would probably be only 10 foot high, you know, like you would be halfway up it by the time you pulled yourself up the first rung. There's a cat. Ah, this is the building, I think, with the Scar deserters in it.
Denied.
Denied. I think they're in the top floor on one side, on like the left side, when you go up the stairs.
See what they got in here.
Yeah, a little cat ran across the road. I saw this time it was actually a cat, 'cause the first time I played this, because I only caught a tiny glimpse of it. Like, what the hell was that? Was it a fox or something? But no, it was a grey cat. Right, so there's a locked door here. It's that one. That's where the people come out of. In theory, they should anyway, assuming they don't just magically spawn. So if I put a trip mine there, and a trip mine here, I'll put one here as well, in case they run through the bathroom. In theory, they shouldn't be able to just sneak up on me, but they might just, like, magically spawn like in another bit of the thing. Because what happens is, yeah. Oh, cool, yeah. That guy that runs up to ambush you did actually physically come out the door then. He didn't just magically... I was wondering if he just literally spawned right behind you for that bit, but no. So yeah, that is actually a good scripted segment, because they physically did come out of this room. Because they got blown up by my trip mines. They didn't, I know photo mode though, Rajiv, when you're in a thing like that, it locks the camera, it doesn't let you, you know, spin it around. But there are channels on YouTube that do like the thing where they either use a console or like, you know, do the things where they can see where things spawn for cutscenes, where they obviously, you know, can do all the behind the scenes, you know, like panning the camera around completely separate from the characters. Alright, I didn't get this note last time because I ran away from them. Like I said, I hit one with a bottle and then ran away. So yeah, that note I didn't get last time, because like I said, I just ran away from these guys. But, do I have enough parts for my boat? No, my rangefinder I'm still short. So, I'm at 98 of 100 parts, damn it. Alright, Reggie, I'll be on by the time you get back, but like I said, I don't know if I'll be a full extra 45 minutes, because I am needing a wee more and more and more. And getting a bit of a drier throat as I talk, so, come on, is there 2 scrap around here anywhere? I know I could use the cheats to give myself a bit more scrap, I just want to see if there's actually any scrap in, one of these rooms or whatever. Okay. I doubt I'll get to the hospital, this time, in the amount of time I've got left to stream. So I still have to go through that building with the stalkers in, don't I? Before the hospital bit, and then there's a bit with scars before the hospital as well, isn't there? So, again, the open the safe of any code mod is good for a replay. Because, oh, ammo in here. I don't need ammo. I want spare parts. Actually, I might, because I'm only 2 parts short. I might just use a cheat and assuming she didn't pick any up and I didn't notice, I might just give myself the parts with the thing. Yeah, because I'm still at 98. So hang on. It was Alt W, wasn't it? So I want set screws, don't I? Let's put that to 100 and then do the tick. And I'm assuming now, that worked. Yeah, I've got 100. There we go. Like when I do the Abbey bit, I'm still going to obviously be doing all the upgrades through the parts, and actually it's just I want the bow upgrade now, and because I'm 2 parts away, I'm just like, ugh. I wonder if you played this on the easiest difficulty, how quickly you could actually upgrade some of the weapons, because they give you more, like, scrap parts every time you're in any of the places where you get them. So, like, rather than being, like, 1 or 2 in places, it's probably 3 or 4. You'd probably be almost able to do all your guns in one run. I don't think you ever can, because I think the number is always too low to do without doing a New Game Plus. But, so I think both that and the supplement one can only ever be done on the New Game Plus. But imagine on easy, you'd probably be much closer to getting it done by the start of a new game than if you play on the harder difficulties. Because like I said, if you're playing on this game mode, you'd probably have to do this one like 3 times in a row or something to actually get all the parts because of how low they are in Grounded. Right, so I've got the rangefinder now. I think what the rangefinder does, doesn't it? Is it the drop down little bits there, or were they already there? I think they were already there. I think it's it just shows you something like, doesn't it? Like when there is an enemy that you're looking at, it tells you which marker is like equivalent of the drop or something. I don't know. I can't remember until I actually get to use it on an enemy.
All right.
Yeah, I need to take the thing down there, don't I? I need to pull the chain once that starts rolling down the thing.
Come on. Yes. Actually worked. That's pretty smart, Ellie.
Can I unlock this one from this side now? Oh yeah, you actually can, so this is a bit you can sort of backtrack a little bit on.
There's the hospital. Fuck. Thought I'd be closer.
I suppose you could also jump onto this one. Last time I played this, I just crawled through that top bit to fall onto this bit.
Nice.
Oh yeah, this is the building with the stalkers in, isn't it? So,
Stinks in here.
it's when I go through, one like little, like window vent things, isn't it? Sort of above a door.
Oh. Fucking serves you right. Shit.
Yeah. I didn't think that one was actually here until there before. Is that an extra one they added in, or does that one not always spawn? Can't remember. I can only remember ever seeing one stalker in this place.
Not good.
Well, not one stalker, like, I mean stalkers after we, like last time I played this. I could actually watch the stream back, couldn't I, to check, but, from the other day. Won't do it now, but I don't remember there being a stalker until we went through that window. I thought this place was totally empty, until, like, you know, and then the stalkers were through that next window. So maybe it's just that stalker spawns on the harder difficulties, I don't know. Like I knew there were stalkers here, but like I didn't think we saw any until then, because that's when, like, you know, you got...
Stalkers.
Yeah, because she says stalkers there, but we just saw stalkers, so... I reckon that other one was like one that just gets added in on New Game Plus or a harder difficulty. Yeah, because yeah, they didn't have stalkers in the first series, did they, of The Last of Us? Even though they are in a couple of little bits in the game, but they aren't really in, like I said, in the other week in the first game much, are they? Like they're in the bit in the sewers, the stalkers, and I think there's one other bit they're in, and that's it. I think it's the basement under the hotel, isn't it, and the sewers. That's it. If I remember right. They're barely in the first game. Come on, come trip my trip mine. See, if that was me, I'd be climbing on the highest thing possible to get a good vantage point at where they are, but it doesn't let you do that here. Like 4 trip mines, so I won't bother collecting them, so it won't let me. That one peeking the door there. I think another one just moved, even if there wasn't one there. Oh yeah, there is one there, look. There's also one there. Oh, I see, the rangefinder. Yeah, the rangefinder actually did something then. So that, I think it might only work when you're drawn looking at an enemy. But just then I actually saw that white dot move. Get out of here, stalker. Hello. Yeah, I think once you're aiming at, yeah, I've played Dying Light. I didn't enjoy it that much, but, wasn't there an expansion for Dying Light 1 that was meant to be way better than the base game, like where you actually got a vehicle and stuff like that? I know Dying Light, 2, I can't remember if Dying Light 2 was meant to be good or not. Because Dead Island 2 is really good compared to Dead Island 1, but I think it's a different developer. But I know it was the people that did Dead Island that did Dying Light, didn't they? But like I said, Dead Island 2 is good, whereas Dead Island 1 is kind of meh.
Where's the hospital? Much further. Felt that.
Yeah, this is the one where there's nothing up there, isn't it? She injured at all? No. Full health.
Okay. Head down to the street.
Oh, No More Room in Hell 2 is apparently... I never played No More... I played No More Room in Hell 1, but No More Room in Hell 2 apparently came out and people didn't like it, but apparently that's one of those games where the devs have continually worked at it, and now it's meant to actually be alright. Which one's Contagion? My favourite of the multiplayer sort of, especially modded type ones, was Zombie Master, which is an old Half-Life 2 one, which is a combination RTS game and FPS, where one team of people is like the survivors, and they play in first-person shooter mode, where they have to, you know, do whatever the objectives are on the map, you know, like scrounge ammo and shoot the zombies. And then the Zombie Master was a person that played like in an RTS mode, where they have resources and can spawn zombies. So you, like, the really slow-moving zombies are like the cheapest ones, and then, you know, you get different variants of zombies. Like one's called Hulks that are like bullet sponges that do loads of damage, but they're quite slow. And you get ones like called Banshees that are really fast but quite fragile. So you get, like, you know, a combination of different zombie types that you can use, as well as setting traps in certain bits of the map. So yeah, Zombie Master was really fun, but sadly it was just one of those mods that I played the shit out of, but eventually, you know, people just stopped playing it, so you won't really be able to find a server with people on it kind of mod type thing. But yeah, Zombie Master was really good. Because again, that was one of those ones where no two games as a survivor were kind of the same. Because if you had a different person playing the Zombie Master, they might use different tactics, you know, and some were better than others and stuff like that.
Get off of me!
I don't know how many days it's still available for, but I think on Steam they were doing like one of those free weekends for Zombie, sorry, No More Room in Hell 2. So that might potentially be like a good way of testing what the game's actually like. But like I said, if it's only a couple of days left, I won't bother downloading it, just because, like I said, I've got slow-ass internet. So I don't want to spend ages downloading a game only if I then, you know, don't like it or then don't have time to play it kind of thing. If it's got, like, say, 4 or 5 days on the free trial thing for it, I might do it and see if some mates want to do it as well and see if we all like it or not. Because it is on sale at the moment as well, No More Room in Hell 2. So I assume the sale is probably going the same length as, like, the free trial period. So
Get me the hell out of here. Where the hell did I end up?
right, we're nearly in the bit to have an arrow fight with the scars, aren't we?
Okay.
Oh, there was actually weirdly an advert for No More Room in Hell 2, do you mean? If so, it's definitely where the computer listens to what people are saying and talking about, isn't it? Where it's like, oh, I'm going to give you ads based on me spying on you. Because the amount of times I've noticed that, like, if you're talking to somebody in a public place, like, you know, where you're sat around and, like, you've got your phones out, and then later on you get an advert for the thing you're talking about, like, they blatantly spy on you, your phones. Right, let's swap the shotgun for the rifle. Oh, the advert for that I got as well, Rajiv, so I don't think that was, I thought you meant like an advert, like a YouTube advert for it, yeah. I saw the thing for it. That's why I thought about it. But the other day. But yeah. And I think I've seen some like articles about it as well. You know, where other people have been you know, also like saying about you know, like things where like media things have been talking about. Is it worth giving it another shot? Kind of articles. You know, where oh shit! I didn't mean to do that.
Look out!
Didn't mean to do that even. There's sort of like creepy looking people on there. Can I actually go back as far as that? Okay, so I can retreat into this area. I don't know if they'll actually chase me this far. Oh, this one's a Coke can rather than like a plastic bottle, this silencer. Right, where are they? I'll take this one back up because I don't think there's going to be one that's going to come all the way over here. Is that one over there? Quite well camouflaged. Yeah, like I said, if it's an ice chair, you don't want to just bin it, do you? Because of the gas cylinder, you want to replace it. I mean, in theory, I guess with an office chair, you could probably swap it out with any sort of similar office chair type ones, couldn't you? Because nearly every kind of office chair I've had has a very similar base on it, and like wheels. It's just normally like the actual chair itself where you screw onto that sort of base, that where it varies. No, that's alright, Arjun. It's just, yeah, because in most of them I've not seen, like, whenever I've assembled a chair, I know sometimes you have to assemble the gas cylinder bit, but a lot of the times, like, those are like a pre-built bit that, you know, just seems to screw on, that, you know, it's like where they're normally like 4 to 6 screws on a base bit, that, yeah, I don't know, yeah, if you could just get a cheaper office chair and then just swap out that bit. Alright, there's one over there, behind that bush. Can't see because all the bloody ferns in the way. this bit's kind of a bit bullshit in the sense that, sort of where, you know, they're kind of just stood back. There's not much you can do in this bit, in a sense, without fighting them directly. So without infinite ammo on, this bit would be fucking bullshit, because you're almost meant to snipe these guys. Like infinite ammo, infinite health kits, because you lose a load of health already from the arrow first hitting you, making you waste a med kit. And then they kind of, some of these guys just stand back, so you almost you're forced to sort of snipe them, aren't you? In this area, it's not like one where they actually patrol properly, some of the guys. Yeah, potentially swap the entire base part. Again, I don't know how your particular chair's assembled. Right, at least that annoying bit's over now, because like I said, the bit after this bit's quite good. It's just, that bit's a bit annoying if you're on harder difficulty, I guess, because of the fact that, like I said, you have to essentially waste a medkit the first time you get hit by an arrow, and then a load of them sort of just stand back rather than coming after you. Okay, that's annoying. It's probably my, you know, the BT internet down my road's probably going shit again, unfortunately. Like I said, if everything goes to plan by the end of this year, there'll be proper internet installed in my village, like modern internet, not copper wire internet. So then I'll actually be able to, you know, pay for not much more than what we're paying per month now. Actually have good internet, as opposed to the BT, which crashes out basically every day at some random point in the day. So especially annoying if I'm streaming at the time, because then, like I said, the stream just goes down like the other day with the North Korean snacks.
Nope.
Yeah, this is the guy that was the other one from that letter, like the husband or whatever for, yeah, my wife Paige, the one that we found in the other building. So he bled to death after the scars shot him with arrows. Right, I've got about 15 minutes left to stream, so I'll see if I can finish the other park bit off before I end the stream, and then I basically almost stream the entire game again then. I mean, there's bits where I've probably missed off for the streams, but yeah, like Santa Barbara I didn't stream this time, but like I said, I have streamed this entire game before because I like this game, so the plan is anyway, like I said, just sort of finish this entire game, not on stream, of whatever mode it is, grounded mode, even if I'm cheating on it. There's both Abby and Ellie, and then hopefully I'll have done all their upgrades as well. So I don't know if you then get New Game Plus Plus, but double plus good. But watch them sizzle.
We're coming for you!
I see movement in the car park then. Yep. Was that one behind the police car? Oh no, that's their like patrol light or whatever it is there. I thought that was somebody's head. Two up there. Let's lure him back down the staircase if I go the other way. She is, because it's a mod I installed, caps lock. That was the last shot on the silencer anyway.
By the cars!
Where'd he go? For fuck's sake. There we go. Which one was a nice shot, Raj? If there was a lot I screwed up then. I was saying, yeah, what that rangefinder does is, again, because I've forgotten since I last played it, is it shows you where your arrow's actually going to drop rather than where the, you know, because before you have to kind of range the arrows with that manual range guide. Guess there's not any coming this way. Stick your head back out, mate. Okay. Is that it, Ellie? I thought there might have been a couple more.
Fucking nuts.
Alright, I better get the shotgun for when the muscly Seraphite comes out in a minute. The Brute, or whatever they're called. Oh, anything at the far end of this garage? No, I'm not going to be able to get over there, am I? Right.
I think that's it.
Yeah, a good burst from an SMG deals them fairly well.
Damn the city. Now where's that fucking hospital?
Yeah, annoyingly, Rajiv, because this is a customs, like, turned into Arnie from Predator. Just coated in mud. But, yeah, annoyingly with the custom skins, it seems like, I guess it's because the way they have to program them and nobody's bothered doing it yet. All the custom skins, the skins don't get, like, wet or muddy in certain spots where they do on, like, the skins that you get in the base game. So I'm assuming eventually people will figure out how to mod that in, but most of them at the moment, like this one, they don't really react to like mud and water properly. Like they do on the arms and the legs, but that's just because they're using those as default textures. Yeah, I'm here, kill me. I wonder. Just got an idea. I want to see if this works. Now what happens when I open the door?
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't actually grab you like he normally does. I mean, luckily that explosion didn't actually kill her. It knocked her down to really low health look because I needed 2 bandages, but yeah, it is kind of cool you can fuck up some of those in-game cutscenes by planting the mines in places, like that other one where the guy grabbed me. Oh, there you go. Shoot the glass!
It's over!
Yeah, it is over for you, mate.
Got you, you fucker. Jesus
I must admit, with infinite like crafting materials, these trip mines are really fun to just mess about with to see if they mess stuff up in the game. So how far did the Brute get? Is that the Brute there? So I don't know if the trip mine killed him in one hit or if he got to a second trip mine before dying, but right, what I'm going to do before I go off, because I really like the music in this bit coming up, I will do the, if we are at the hospital now, I will do the bit outside the hospital where I kill all the guards outside the hospital. Like I said, I won't bother doing any more past that, because you've seen the cutscene with Nora and everybody else that's coming up. last time I streamed it, but
Better still be there, Nora.
yeah, once I've done that hospital shootout bit, I really need to go because I'm bursting for a wee now. Because I've like I said, I've had a big cup of coffee I had at the start of the stream. I've been streaming now for like maybe 2.5 hours or whatever. So yeah, let's get this bit done, then I can go off. Yeah, so like where she's done that look, her jeans are wet, her hair's wet, but her stomach's dry, even though her arms are a bit wet. Because like I said, these custom skins, it sort of stops where her arms are there, look at the elbow. Even though the elbow is like a bit of the other skin, so I don't know why, but... Also, if there's a mirror, she turns into a vampire. Like, all of her costume is fine, except for the new skin, and that bit doesn't reflect properly. So she's got, like, arms, a head, the top of her torso, I think above the bra, and then her trousers show up, but, like, her stomach doesn't, and the bra doesn't. It's just invisible. But again, I guess it's because, like, when people make these custom skins, they've, like, done the bare minimum to get them to work so far, because it's, like, people are probably pretty new to modding this on PC. So it's one of those things that, yeah, some bits work, other bits don't, kind of thing, if that makes sense. So I assume that, yeah, I've already done all her guns, so no point using an upgrade station. So yeah, I'm guessing it's a thing that, you know, the longer this game's out, and the people that are more into modding it, the more they'll make all of these sort of things work properly, with like the water textures and the mud and reflections. But at the moment, they're obviously just designed to quickly, you know, work, if that makes sense, just in the game where they show up properly. But, you know, none of the other custom stuff around them does do anything. Hotline Miami. Is that not quite in this area? The one I did this current PC I'm using on, like I said, I haven't chosen a company for the next PC yet, because I'm waiting till the GPUs and everything are more reasonably priced and there's not a supply issue with them. Was Cyberpower. So this particular one's from Cyberpower, but I think Scan does it as well, is one of the other sites. There's a couple, so I'm not going to like shill a particular site. Cyberpower were very good when I bought from them, but I know with some of these sites, sometimes like a component will be overpriced on one compared to another site, so it's worth shopping about even for the same build. Can I break the PlayStation Vita by shooting it? No. Somebody, I don't know if you can do this in photo mode, but there was a thing with the no-click thing somebody was showing, where if you got the camera close enough into the PS Vita, the home screen actually appears below it. But you probably can't see that. Oh, you can see a little bit of blue there, look, in the corner. But yeah, they've actually got the PlayStation home screen behind it like a tab. Yeah, you can see there, look, that the Hotline Miami thing is slightly elevated. So for some reason they've also modelled the home screen behind it, but you can't actually see it without Yeah, Rajiv, that's just from one of those videos I watched where people do all like the things to show what happens like off screen during cutscenes, how people spawn in and stuff like that. They showed that in one of those videos.
Shit, man. They put you with Joe again?
Upstairs. Hey, we get the job done.
I bet you do. Oh, this is not fair.
I'm telling you, man. Data soldier. Makes these shifts so much easier.
Sure. I'll keep that in mind.
Bunch of Kong in the grass.
Sounds like scars are getting closer.
If that's our guys executing those fools.
Hey, did you hear why we're all getting called up to the flag?
I heard that Isaac wants us to retake all of downtown.
I heard we might take the fight to them.
No way. Not after what went down last time. Even Isaac isn't that crazy.
That's what I heard.
I just hold shot the rifle. I'll see if I can line a headshot on the sentry. Stand still a second. Not behind that tree. There we go. Yeah, the same music that plays when you're doing the TV station bit. I have to keep them alert though, so the music plays properly.
She went that way! Right over there!
That's a bulletproof tent. There's a dog gone. Oh, dog was called Bear. Oh, yeah, fucking bulletproof tent.
We found it now!
Push forward! Look alive! Oh, fuck!
I'm surprised how many explosives they have actually. I never remember this really happening before. Maybe it's just because I'm on this difficulty.
By the truck! I got her! Holy shit!
Grenade fucking spam of this long. The TV station escape bit, Rajiv.
She ran into trash!
Can I actually land a headshot from there with the MP5? No, it's not quite accurate enough.
Heads up!
Yeah, fucking grenades spam with this lot, look. They don't stop. Oh, nearly dead. Yeah, like I said, I bought from Cyberpower, they're very good. The only thing that happened with Cyberpower was a part that was meant to be in stock when I ordered wasn't in stock, so they phoned me, I think it was the very next day or the same day, to say, you know, the part you've ordered, it's on back order for us because, like, you know, because the demand for the part was so high that them and most of the other retailers didn't get the part, and later on I confirmed that was real by looking on other sites. So they basically said, do you still want to go ahead with your order, or do you want to swap out a component, you know, or have a full refund, because, you know, we won't be able to get the particular part. It was the AMD Ryzen CPU that was brand new at the time. So yeah, they basically had to give me a new estimated delivery date, and then, you know, that was completely fine after that. But yeah, that was the only thing I had with Cyberpower, but like I said, they were at least good with customer service to let me know that was going to happen, kind of thing.
Got her! Over there!
Another fucking grenade. Oh shit, bloody hell. These guys oh, I'm dead because of the grenade spam. Yeah, so this bit on Grounded, all they do is spam grenades at you. So again, they don't drop any grenades, but they have apparently infinite grenades to use against me.
That's our guys executing those freaks.
Hey, did you hear why we're all getting called up to the fob?
I heard that Isaac wants us to retake all of downtown.
I heard we might take the fight to them.
No way. Not after what went down last time. Even Isaac isn't that crazy.
Come here! We got a trespasser! Over here!
Yeah, let's do MP5 and shotgun rather than MP5 and rifle. Yeah, it's just obviously normally you can't craft that many of them, but yeah. Like I said, I didn't really ever use them when I played the game the first time. I used them a little bit, oh, fuck's sake, I didn't run. But yeah, so yeah, I basically didn't use them at all the first couple of times I played this. Used them a little bit the last time I played, but yeah, in this difficulty, because I can, like I said, just I've got the infinite craft thing on as well as infinite ammo, they are quite good for just setting up ambushes. I can use the tower, can't I? I can actually go up here. We'll go to the sniper rifle again now.
She's gone. She's around here somewhere.
If there's only one guy, Rajiv, let's do that knife takedown you're on about. If one of them doesn't go into the trip mine first.
All clear.
I think he's right under the tower, so I can't do it, annoyingly. No, I don't want you to go down, Ellie. I'll tell you what, let's make some noise up here. Is he gonna then... I just want to see if one of them will walk to the ladder to try and climb up.
Behind the counter!
The bloody eyesight is so good on this game mode, which again is realistic, but for gameplay reasons, so it's a bit strange when you're stealthing and then all of a sudden you get spotted. Oh, is that bits of the guy still dripping from the ceiling? Yeah, it is. Okay, that's a nice detail. Did he get my trip mine with one of his bloody grenades then? Yeah, he did.
Don't let up! Yeah!
Yeah, as we're inside a building again. Another anon saying thingy. Is this game woke? No, it's not woke. Right, that's probably where I'm going to end the stream now, because like I said, I've gone over time again. I really need a wee. And that's that shootout done, which is quite fun. So like I said, the game on Grounded is like one of those things where I like a lot of all the difficulty changes on Grounded, but I don't like the fact that, like I was saying, that the ammo is so limited. Because, yeah, we earned. Don't do the Simpsons thing of destroying my kidney or whatever his grandpa does, where they lock him in the car and he can't go to the toilet. But yeah, it's, like I said, the problem with the Grounded mode is just that there's so little, like, normally you'd get so little health and ammo, that it goes beyond, oh, you just have to be really careful with your ammo, to basically the point where most of the game you won't have ammo in this mode. Where I was saying, like, so that isn't particularly well done, so, yeah, that is something that I don't like about the Grounded mode, but like I said, by just putting cheats on so I can have infinite crafting materials and ammo, this mode is pretty fun, because the combat is much more difficult, but at least I've got ammo to take on the enemies with. Like I was saying at the start of the stream, what would be good if you can do your own custom difficulty mode in this game, which I think you can, is have all the HUD elements off that Grounded does, but, have the, you know, have the easy ammo availability and, like, crafting materials of, like, what the game's like between easy and normal. And have your AI companions act normal as well, and not retarded like they do in this mode, where they constantly get caught by enemies and don't shoot even when they have a good opening to shoot. So yeah, have the game, I'd say, in Grounded mode, I'd have it set up so, what do you call it, yeah, I'd basically just change it so, like I said, there's easy ammo availability and spare parts, but the enemy is still very alert, you know, you don't get the HUD elements. Because I like the combat with the much harder enemies, it's just a shame that it comes with the fact they don't drop any ammo or supplies, which just is stupid, because it doesn't make any sense that they have guns that they magically don't have ammo in when you kill them. Anyway, that was less than a minute ago for the checkpoint, so yeah, have a good day everybody. Won't be on tomorrow because I've got work, but Sunday, I've got some free time Sunday, so I should hopefully do a stream for once on a Sunday. So yeah, have a good day everybody.